please, don't try anything that you're about to see us do at home.
Ever.
On this blockbuster episode of MythBusters.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Adam and Jamie set sail for summer with an all-new Shark Week Spectacular.
Yeah!
They're literally putting their lives on the line. To find out, first, are magnets, the new wave in shark-repelling technology.
I'm gonna commence urinating in my wetsuit, okay?
Then, during the frenzy of a shark attack, can you find and poke a shark in the eye?
Oh, you choked on my pelvis bone!
Next, there's the shaggy dog story.
I didn't train him to do that.
That sharks find our furry friends irresistible. And then the team ramp up the fear factor.
Holy crap!
To find out if flashlights really do attract sharks.
Oh, shit!
I was freaked out.
Who are the MythBusters? Adam Savage.
You don't want to mix blur with blur.
And Jamie Heineman.
I want to see what this puppy can do.
Between them, more than 30 years of special effects experience.
Is everybody okay?
Joining them, Carrie Byron.
Do it.
Tori Belleci.
Give me all your cash!
And Grant Imahara. They don't just tell the myths.
I like it.
They put them to the test.
Same room together, it must mean something special is about to happen.
Indeed, you are correct.
All right, so what is it? Sharks! Sharks!
Yes, it's the MythBusters Shark Bite Extravaganza. Well, that's perfect, because we have a ton of shark myths ready to go. Absolutely, we've got myths about repelling sharks, myths about attracting sharks, and you and I, my friend, are starting out with the myth about fending off a shark attack. How? Let me set the scene. You're on the open ocean, and a shark comes along and mistakes you for a walrus, because anyone could, grabs you, starts throwing you around. What do you do?
Well, we've already done punching sharks. What is it, gouging their eyes?
Yes! Everyone knows sharks don't like being punched in the eyes, but what fans want to know is if you're being bitten by a shark and being thrown around, could you even find his eyes?
It does kind of make you wonder if you'd have enough time to get the job done before your lunch.
It's the stuff nightmares are made of. A man-eating shark is chewing on you like a chicken drumstick. In this situation, the accepted wisdom is to go for the eyes, forcing him to let you go. But in the frenzy of a shark attack, do you really have time to find, reach, and then gouge before it's too late?
So we're not going to gouge the eyes out of a real shark?
No.
What do you have in mind?
I'm thinking a big fake shark.
Big fake mechanical shark?
Yes, I have found these taxiderm sharks made out of fiberglass. I'm thinking we get one of those, cut it into pieces, and
Big robot shark that moves.
Exactly, with stop switches for eyes.
Perfect.
And Bruce, named after Spielberg's original animatronics monster, is destined to be one of the biggest builds in MythBusters history. A build that's all about realism. Its articulated spine will thrash exactly like a shark during an attack. Its jaws will chomp down on its victims with an accurate bite force. And as per the myth, a well-aimed poke in the eyes will be the only way to get it to stop. Finally, the boys are going to base their robot on the great white. Each year, it's this species that tops the charts in unprovoked human attacks. So if you're ever going to need to gouge a shark's eye to escape its clutches, it's most likely going to be that of Jaws. So to kick things off, Adam is using an actual jaw of a great white for reference.
This is so beautiful. Check out all the teeth lined up, ready for service in case one gets snapped out.
Using the computer, he's carefully recreating that design in steel. But Bruce's mouthful of metal won't be tested on humans. For that, he'll also need a safe set of test teeth.
While we are making a nice, sharp set of steel teeth for him, we are also making a set of cosmetic teeth. Because when we get into him, we don't want him to look like this. Some real shark teeth. So we are making a second mouth for him, full of teeth with gum rubber teeth that will be safe for us to get in, but still look totally awesome.
And while Adam's been exercising his jaw,
Look at that.
Jamie's gone ahead and built one.
Well, there we go. That's our shark jaw muscle. How'd it work?
Jamie's also gathered an array of batteries, pistons, and assorted hydraulic hardware to power the spine. Meanwhile, the steel teeth have arrived in the mail.
Check that out. This is beautiful, 1/8" steel. I've got every size that I need to make my fully mechanical, anatomically correct great white shark jaws. One thing that's really clear, and I knew this was coming, is that the shark has a lot of teeth. We are cutting out something around 90 of them, and they are all going to have to be individually sharpened and serrated. The great white's tooth has serrations along the edge. In fact, its name, Carcharodon carcharias, means ragged-toothed shark.
All right, I'm going to say it if no one else is. Adam, what's with the chainmail?
Oh, I'm just wearing the chainmail because I bought it in the mail. It's actually anodized aluminum, and it feels kind of cool.
Yeah, but not nearly as cool as this.
Oh, my God.
Yep, it's a life-sized fiberglass cast of a great white shark.
Dude, I swear it was this big.
17 feet from tip to tail.
It's beautiful.
The original shark would have weighed in at 2,200 pounds.
Don't look like much without his teeth. Looks like he's ready to gum you to death.
And it's ready to be made into Robo Shark.
This is going to be the best Shark Week ever.
Okay, guys, we have 3 shark myths, and we get to test them out on real-life sharks.
Cool. What are they?
First off, we're going to see if flashlights attract sharks.
Oh, that sounds dangerous. What else?
Then, we're going to find out if playing dead is a good strategy in shark-infested waters.
Like the sailors on the USS Indianapolis.
And then, we're doing one from Jaws. We're going to find out if dogs attract sharks.
Well, with a rundown like that, where are we going to test everything?
I don't know. How do you guys feel about, say, the Bahamas?
Yeah, Bahamas! Cool!
So it's time for the team to sit back, relax, and try not to get eaten in the shark capital of the world. With over 40 species in crystal clear water, the Bahamas is the ultimate destination for the MythBusters Shark Bites.
We're back at Stewart Coves.
But it seems that either the sun or the jet lag has got to Tori.
We are going to start at the giant iguana. If that doesn't happen, we will go north until we see the 2 humongous parrots. Hopefully, they won't eat us. And let's not forget the floating dolphin head. Everyone wants to see it. I know I do.
Yep, after getting Tori some medication, the real plan is this. Find a boat, check. Head out to sea, check. Induce a feeding frenzy, check. And then chum the water with Tori.
Here, let's give him a little bait.
Check.
We have a great spot, and there are tons of sharks. So what's our first myth?
Our first myth comes from the survivors of the USS Indianapolis.
Oh, now that's the ship that Quinn talks about in Jaws, right?
Exactly. The USS Indianapolis was on a secret mission to deliver a bomb, but it was so secret that when they got hit by a torpedo, no one knew to come rescue them. Now, some of the survivors claim that playing dead is what actually saved their lives because the sharks ignored them and went for the guys that were thrashing around.
On July the 30th, 1945, the USS Indianapolis was torpedoed by a Japanese sub in the Philippine Sea. 900 crew went into the water alive. Just 317 survived. Joseph Dronet was one of the fortunate few. But was it luck, or did Joe's strategy of playing dead whenever sharks were nearby keep him alive?
Okay, so here's the plan. We chum the heck out of the water. We attract as many sharks as possible, and then you 2 jump in.
Hope they like sushi. Oh, I hope they like Italian.
Unlike with the unprepared crew of the Indianapolis, to make sure that the sharks don't nibble on a little belechi,
Open that back up again, because each one of you gets a fish head in your pants.
or take a hunk of Imahara, the boys are wearing protection.
They're not going to just chum the water and throw us in. We're actually wearing chainmail, which is specially designed to resist shark attack. In addition to that, we'll have 2 safety divers in the water, one next to Tori and one next to me. They'll be ready to jump in if they see us get into trouble.
And talking of trouble, it's time to bring out the sharks.
That's no good.
I have a very important role in this experiment. I'm going to be chumming the water with lots of delicious fish, bringing all the sharks in. And then I'm going to basically just check their behavior, see if they're more attracted to thrashing Tori or still Grant. Yeah, Sharky, Sharky!
Some scientists think that the increased heart rate and frenetic movements of panicking sailors meant it was them that were picked off. And if that's true, then Tori's in for a terrifying afternoon.
Do they like me, Tori, or Grant? Who will be eaten for dinner?
And while Carrie's distributing delicious chum, Tori's more concerned about his bum.
I'm just hoping that I don't anally secrete anything. Also heard that urine is a good shark attractor, so I'm hoping I don't pee my wetsuit.
Actually, Tori, we busted that one.
And there's no response at all.
But I'm not so sure about the twos.
Cocktails and appetizers!
As for Grant, well, he's got his therapist on speed dial.
I have been kind of dreading this one because it combines my phobias of open water and fish touching me at the same time. I'm not really looking forward to jumping in the water after it's been chumped, which they say kind of makes the sharks a little bit more aggressive.
You guys ready?
No?
Okay, this is it. It's time to separate the men from the boys.
So wrong. What the heck are we doing right now?
And hopefully not the limbs from the men.
Oh man, I gotta give you credit. I'd never do this.
Coming up next on MythBusters, can you play dead to avoid being eaten by the sharks?
Nothing can touch me!
And
Behold our shark.
Adam and Jamie bring Bruce to life. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water. It's the MythBusters Shark Bite Special. And Jamie and Adam
G'day, Bruce. G'day.
are tackling the most popular myth in their mailbox. During the fearful frenzy of an attack, can you actually poke a shark in the eye before it's too late?
We need to replicate a shark attack. And so rather than getting a big-ass shark and convincing it to cooperate with us, we're going to build a mechanical one. Now, it needs to do several things. It needs to be able to bite like a real shark. It needs to be able to shake its head like a real shark. And we also need to be able to put it in the water because the water is an important part of the physics involved.
And to satisfy those criteria, Adam and Jamie are about to bring their fiberglass cast to life.
Our shark is going to have roughly 6 points of articulation across his body. It's going to be a big steel beam with a hinge like that. In order to cut him up and attach him to that steel beam with its points of articulation, we need to carefully mark him at every point he is going to be bending and open a gap up big enough so the fiberglass can handle it. And when we put it all back together, it's RoboShark.
With those gaps cut out and Bruce in sections, the team can get inside to strengthen him with a steel frame. And it's to this skeleton that the hinged and hydraulically powered spine will attach.
This is my new favorite thing we've ever made.
Ain't done yet.
Yeah, that's awesome. Look at all that room in there. We could give it a whole digestive tract.
Ambitious, but while Jamie works on the spine, Adam decides gastroenterology's not for him and focuses on what could be loosely called orthodontics.
Open wide.
He carefully fits the patient with a set of custom-made steel gums. And then 90 serrated and sharpened, anatomically correct steel teeth.
It's very important to brush after every meal.
While Adam's been playing Dentist Frankenstein,
Behold our shark.
Jamie's welded the steel and hydraulic skeletal system into place.
Ah, great.
And Bruce is almost ready to thrash into life.
I think the structural stuff is pretty well there. All we have to do from here is mount the head on.
And with said head in place, Adam powers up the jaws,
Check this out.
giving Bruce his bite. Next, Adam tackles the all-important eye area
Ocular operation.
by adding emergency stop buttons.
That's how you turn him off.
So a successful hit on the eye will cause Bruce to back off, enabling the victim to escape. And after Adam adds the final touches, almighty Bruce is ready
Let's fire it up.
for his myth-busting debut. Sporting a set of anatomically accurate steel teeth with a spare set of rubber dentures.
Dude, it's so perfect.
An hydraulically powered articulated steel skeleton and eyes sensitive to attack by gouging. It's another MythBusters first. Boys and girls, meet RoboShark.
It's time to go swimming.
It's time for his first meal.
Stranded for 5 long days in shark-infested waters, Joseph Dronet claimed playing dead kept him alive when so many others perished. It's putting that to the test that's making Tori and Grant understandably nervous.
Oh man, I gotta give you credit. I'd never do this.
Yeah.
This is freaking scary.
Cool. This sucks. This sucks so bad.
This sucks a lot.
I don't want to do this. Why the hell are we doing this?
If they thought stepping out into the middle of a feeding frenzy was tough, it's about to get worse. Much worse. Grant plays dead.
Herman's still
and Tori plays the part of a panicked seaman.
Come on, Dick! Don't get to dinner! Come on!
In the longest 10 minutes of their lives, they're going to see who attracts more interest from the excited sharks.
Oh, they're going straight for Tori because he's thrashing.
From the get-go, the frenzied feeding sharks are curious, but it's not long before a clear pattern emerges.
You want a piece of me?
Grant, our dead man floating, is being left alone,
They keep bumping into me!
whereas Tori is clearly catch of the day.
God, they're all going straight for you.
Go and get it! Get it!
Oh my God!
Pick up and towards you! Thrash over that way, man! Yeah, you talk a lot for a dead guy!
With hysteria and exhaustion peaking, Carrie puts the guys out of their misery,
All right, guys, I think we proved our point. Come back in.
and the shark bait can climb aboard.
That was the scariest thing ever. Those things kept grabbing my fins.
That was like every nightmare I've ever had rolled up into one. First of all, you're struggling out in the open water, and you've got a life vest, but it's really hard when the waves come crashing over, and they hit you in the face, and your eyes sting, and everything hurts, and you're still trying to breathe. That was really intense.
That is up there with one of the scariest things I've ever done. I mean, jumping out of planes, trying to get crocodiles to chase you, playing in the ring with bulls. Those are scary things. But man, just looking out at the water and having just sharks come up and you see their fins and someone's telling you, go jump in there and thrash around. That's a scary place to be.
Scary and intense just about sums it up. But what about the test itself?
I clearly saw that Tori, with all the thrashing around, was getting way more interest. There were more sharks circling him. They were a lot closer than the sharks that checked out Grant.
Keep bumping into me!
A lot closer.
Don't get to dinner!
A result that backs up the theory that sharks are attracted to panicky, erratic movement because they associate those cues with injured fish. You know, dinner.
All right, can we confirm this one? It's better to play dead than to thrash around in shark-infested waters.
Well, nothing touched me.
Well, I'm not sure yet because they might have just been attracted to Tori. He might have been a bigger target.
So what do you say?
I'm thinking to do this properly. Now you play dead, and now you thrash around, and we see if the sharks switch to going after you, and then we'll know for sure.
We gotta go back in the water?
Oh, damn you and your science!
So it's cue take two, but this time Tori's playing dead.
I died. I died of a bad disease. You don't want to eat me. I got rigor mortis. I taste terrible. I'm just very tough.
And Grant is playing the part of the panic-stricken mariner.
Help! Help! Help!
It's really realistic. It's almost like you're scared.
Help! Help! Something just touched me!
I think that was a shark.
Right now! Come on!
That is intense.
Come on!
Yep, Grant is putting everything he's got into the role of the terrified shipwreck victim.
I'm getting!
And Tori thoughtfully provides additional motivation.
Mean any harm, they're just hungry!
All right, come back in. I think we might have confirmed this one.
Oh my god, that was so exciting! Talk about an adrenaline rush!
Yeah, but one person's adrenaline rush is another person's living hell.
You might have heard me shout a lot, but there was one time in particular where something pumped into me. And I think I said something like,
Something just touched me!
terrifying.
While Grant and Tori
Let's do it again!
recover in their own unique way, let's get a conclusion from the testmeister.
When Grant was thrashing around,
Something just touched me!
same result. All the sharks came up to him to see what was going on. Tori, couldn't care less.
It was one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life.
Well, kudos to both of you for putting your lives on the line for science.
Well, we did get some really good results.
Thrashing around definitely attracts more sharks than playing dead.
And that fits with the science because sharks have all sorts of sensitive instrumentation that helps alert them to food. All the noise and electrical stimulus from the thrashing around cause them to be very curious.
So this one's confirmed.
If you're in shark-infested waters, your best bet is to play dead.
I think your best bet is to stay on the boat.
Oh, easy for you to say.
Next up, the boys go swimming with the fishes.
It's Shark Week, hosted by MythBusters, and science has never been this dangerous.
And track a new shark shield technology. Do magnets repel sharks? Back on board the MythBusters Shark Bite Special.
Oh yeah.
Adam and Jamie have given evolution a helping hand. They've built Carcharodon carcharias robotica.
It's time to go swimming.
And later they'll be setting Bruce free. Feeding him Adam and testing whether in the heat of battle, reaching a shark's eye is even possible. But first, they're taking a sunny sabbatical. Flying first-class graphics, the boys hit the Bahamas, where the Gulf Stream Eagle awaits.
I'm totally excited about going swimming with sharks, and I'm also a little bit nervous. It's a gorgeous boat. I have shown a proclivity to illness on seagoing vessels.
There was the boat we took out to the Farallon Islands to look for great whites out there. There was the great white boat we took in South Africa. Then there's the whirlpool of death.
Oh, that's great.
So the next few days could either be heaven on earth or a living hell.
It's a fine line, Adam, but it's not something salty Sea Dog Heinemann has to worry about.
We're going to have an adventure.
And the adventure begins with a 2-hour journey across sparkling azure waters. Their destination, Tiger Beach.
This place, within the last 2 weeks, had a fatality from a shark attack. It's serious business. We need to be careful here.
Looks good.
It's a nice little shark. Can't quite see which one it is.
That one? Well, that's a tiger shark. Named for the dark stripes found on the juveniles, the tiger shark, with its excellent eyesight and acute sense of smell, is a formidable hunter. Second only to the great white in numbers of attacks on humans, it's also a shark to be fearfully respected.
Well, let's get suited up. I can't wait to get down there.
And their first dive down there is an opportunity to scout the location and the local sharks for the tests to come.
I'm jumping into shark-infested waters for science.
But not alone and unprotected. Marines. It's Tori who answers. But now, in near darkness, the MythBusters Man of Steel is having un-Superman-like thoughts.
Oh. That was a shark attacking the buoy, okay? And we want to go in this water? Is this a good idea? Buoy didn't do anything. What is it going to do to us? Was that cool? Do they usually attack buoys?
While Tori tries to control his heart rate, the team get ready for the control. The no flashlight test.
Okay, guys, good luck.
See you back on the surface. Try not to get eaten.
Happy counting.
Oh my god. This is scary. I know that there are sharks around, but I just can't see anything. I'm not liking this.
Trying not to get eaten before the test starts, the guys carefully make their way to the wreck.
So that viewers can see, our camera team has carefully lit this wreck to simulate moonlight. It's a very low level that's boosted by the cameras. And this lighting will be exactly the same for the control and the flashlight test.
It's a little scary down here. This is Grant. I'm in position. Over. Okay, 20 minutes. Start counting your sharks now. Whoa, we got a sea turtle.
It's a slow start, but as their eyes get accustomed to the dark, they realize that they're not alone.
I got one shark. Over.
Shark One arrives to terrorize Grant, but Tori's gone two better.
Oh, crap. I got 3 sharks surrounding me right now. This is a little scary.
Meanwhile, on the poop deck, Carrie, petrified as she is, remains shark-free.
Okay, guys, we still have 10 minutes to go. This is gonna be the creepiest thing I've ever done, and I still haven't seen any sharks.
Not seeing sharks in the dark may be scary, but seeing them is far, far worse.
I got one on my left. Whoa, there's one above me. Holy crap. Whoa. We just had one come right up to our faces. Over.
I just want to say to whatever fans posted this on the fan site, I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
It's something about not knowing where the danger lurks as the sharks mysteriously appear out of the gloom, cruise by, and then silently disappear.
I'd really like to get out now because these sharks are pissing me off.
Luckily, before Tori gets toothed, he gets his wish. The 20 minutes are up, and our intrepid trio get out in a hurry.
Oh my god, that was freaking nuts! Like, it was so dark you can hardly see anything. And every once in a while you'd see a shark come into the light and then it'd go back out. And the worst part is that you know they're out there but you can't see them. But then all of a sudden, like 3 or 4 started circling me, and then for some reason they started poking their heads in at us. And it was just like, ah! At one point the camera guy had to like knock a shark away. That was terrifying.
Terrifying, but still tallied up. With no flashlights, there were 4 sharks around Tori, 2 around Grant, and all Carrie got was a turtle.
I'm scared to do this again tomorrow, but I'm also really, really excited.
Coming up after the break, we find out if this balloon full of chili is in fact a shark repellent.
What's efficient, king of his domain, and over 400 million years old? No, not Jamie. It is, of course, sharks. Things are about to get hot and spicy.
Since we're dealing with shark repellents, I remember reading about these Indians that were using chilies as shark repellents.
Chilies? That's great. Look, why don't we talk to the cook in our kitchen and find out if they've got some hot chilies and see if we can actually test this.
Yep, in order to protect themselves and their boats, the Kuna Indians used a shark shield of the hottest habaneros they could find. But did their path of pepper really keep the sharks away? Or did it merely add a little bite to the bite?
Here you go, Adam. Habanero chilies, a whole bag full of them. They have about 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville units, which means they're really, really hot.
All right.
Now, if you've been paying attention up at the back there, you'll remember that Carrie, Grant, and Tori have already covered the Scoville scale.
Go ahead. Make my chili.
The bigger the number, the more of the active ingredient, capsaicin, is in the chili. Used in pepper sprays, its potency is the basis for this myth. If it has the same effect on a shark's taste buds as ours, then the myth would be confirmed.
Various moments of my life, I started flashing the flashlight around, and all of a sudden there's about 9 sharks, and they just kept coming in. They were going for the camera lights, they were going for my flashlight. At one time, I had to actually punch the shark in the nose with my flashlight because it came right up in my face. And it was just like, okay, call this done, let's get out of here. I was freaked out.
So I think this was a stellar test, their behavior change. You could really see them darting around. You could see them going right straight at the light. It was like getting their attention. You shine a light on them, and they want to go after it.
So in just 15 minutes, the flashlights attracted more than twice as many sharks. There was a significant change in their behavior, and if you're expecting a summary from the team, here it is.
That test was crazy. Amazing. All right, so let's break it down.
Well, when we had our flashlights, more sharks came in a shorter amount of time, and they were much more aggressive.
Yeah, and when we had our flashlights, it seemed like they were going straight for us.
True, but maybe it was the light illuminating their normal prey, and that's what piqued their interest.
Or maybe the electrical activity from the flashlights attracted them.
Well, since we can't totally be sure which one it was, I say we call this one plausible.
Yeah, based on our test, I think we can call this one plausible.
Plausible it is.
Adam and Jamie are talking to the animals.
Come on, which one you want?
Well, we know sharks find me delicious. The question is, will they find me more delicious if I'm doing this as opposed to this?
But our Dr. Doolittles have yet to answer that question, because so far their flapping fish test is flawed.
Oh, the myth is the shark is attracted to the sound or the movement of an injured fish. Now, we definitely created that, but it was also clearly a fish and it was smelling like a fish. So we don't know that it was only the movement. It could have been the sight and it could have been the smell.
At this point in our test, we need to remove all the variables. This skirt right here will remove any visual cues for the sharks, and the fact that this is plastic will remove any scent cues for the sharks. If the sharks respond to it, it means they're only responding to the sound of the flapping fish. Okay, flapping fish. No variables. I'm flapping at the surface so it'll make more noise. And I can't think that they'd be able to see that, but I can sure hear it.
After mere minutes of Jamie's shake and fake,
Come on!
the sharks begin to gather.
They're coming close, and they can't see the thing, but they're checking it out.
And with Jamie attracting interest, but no bites, the conclusions are quick to follow.
Well, I know what I think. The sharks are interested in what's going on, but they come near the skirt and it doesn't look like anything to eat. So I think to really test this, I'm just going to flap on the surface with my rig.
Jamie's theory being they can hear the flapping and slapping on the surface, but without a visual cue, they're not convinced dinner is on offer. But combine the sight and sound of a meal, the sharks take the bait.
Hey!
However, while Jamie's having fun up top, inducing a feeding frenzy with fake plastic fish,
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Adam's what's known in the diving fraternity as freaking out.
Dude, that was totally out of control. As soon as Jamie removed the blind and exposed the flapping fish, the lemon sharks went nuts. Plus, a tiger shark turned up. Which, according to my better judgment, meant I had to be somewhere else.
Big baby.
While Adam gets his heart rate back under control, how about some science?
Are sharks attracted to flapping fish? Sure. They're opportunistic hunters. They're curious. They're going to investigate anything that gets their attention. But is the sound of flapping fish alone enough to incite an attack? No, they need the other stimulus as well.
All right, guys, I'm ready to call this one if you are. Plausible.
What he said.
Definitely plausible.
Have you had enough Shark Week? Neither have we. In fact, we produced a ton of extra material. Log on to discovery.com/MythBusters and live every week like it's Shark Week.
Don't go away, because after the break,
It looks like a dog with a chew toy.
it's snack time for Bruce. If you're unlucky enough to get attacked by a great white shark, what should you do? Accepted wisdom states gouging the shark in the eye will set you free. But do you have time to find and gouge before you bleed out? For answers, Adam and Jamie have built Bruce, a 17-foot animatronics great white shark with a realistic attack action. Now all they need is some water.
Yeah!
So with a sprinkle of jump cuts, a dash of audio punctuation, and a topping of fast forward, Bruce is sitting on the side of Frisco Bay watching the tide